the whole Diddy situation happened.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you and Diddy
have never done anything together ever at any time.
Ever in life, but you guys had the animosity when you were at death row.
Right.
Have you ever had a conversation with him? With Diddy?
Have I had a conversation with Diddy? Not more than a what's up. When we was in the studio, when Snoop was recording something back in like the late 90s, and you know, we was chilling at the studio, and we was in the lounge, and people was coming to ask us what we wanted to eat, and it was like, whatever, you know, it's not a menu. Just say what you want, and we'll go prepare it. And you know, we was waiting on Dog to finish his verse, and he came through there and spoke, and like, what's up? You know, whatever. Then we went and listened to what they had made, and we got up out of there. That's the closest I ever been to him.
What do you think about all the Fed raids and the allegations? And
me and everybody I know are real curious as how they're doing all these raids without charges.
Well, you don't need to be charged to have your house raided. You just need a judge to sign off on it, because
that's too much power.
That's a grand jury, right?
That's too much power.
Will potentially get you the sign off for. Well, no, I think the grand jury will get you the indictment, but I think a judge could sign off on a raid if you provide reasonable evidence that this needs to be done.
Reasonable evidence for what are you trying to find? They got the computers, a month ago or 2 months ago? Y'all ain't found the shit with all these hackers and all this shit y'all got? Y'all ain't uncovered the shit y'all looking for? One theory that my wife proposed, and if y'all come for her, y'all got to take both of us down. She was saying that, you know, perhaps they were coming to retrieve something that someone might have been, you know, found, you know, doing some weirdo shit on, you know, to protect them so it wouldn't get out. Like he maybe knew something on somebody that they were trying to make sure that never got, you know, seen the light of day. So it's many theories, you know what I mean, and conjectures that we could offer here, but, you know, you would think that they would have solid charges on somebody that they raided to your home and your business, and it's like.
Well, this is how it works. I looked it up. If there's probable cause that there's evidence of a federal crime at your home, the FBI can get a search warrant.
Mm-hmm.
The probable cause you've committed a crime, they can get an arrest warrant.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason the suspect will react violently or destroy evidence, then they could come in force to execute this, you know, the warrant. But most of the times they just knock on the door. But so they got a search warrant.
Right.
They had a probable cause and that we need this, and we think it's at his house. Some crime has been committed.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a house in Beverly Hills and a house in Miami. Raid them both simultaneously, grab everything that we need, and now they're processing it. Right. It could be a very long time between a Fed raid and an indictment.
I guess.
It could be a year.
Yeah.
It could be 2 years.
I ain't never been on the federal radar, so I don't know how.
You've always been in the state?
State.
Okay.
State raised.
We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, most definitely.
We'll see. I mean, what's interesting, and this is what they may even have used, is Cassie's civil lawsuit, although it was settled, could be used by the feds as the basis of a criminal arrest.
Oh.
And although it was a civil trial and she took a settlement, and in the settlement she probably signed a non-disclosure saying, I'm not going to talk about this publicly. If she is compelled by law enforcement to cooperate, she could say everything that was said in that lawsuit on the stand.
She can.
She can.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and she will. they said that she's cooperating. So it may be Cassie behind all this. You never know.
And she will.
Cassie's revenge.
Right.
I got my money and I'm going to put you in jail.
Right.
This is what might happen.
Right.
Because this is how much I hate you right now.
The allegations are outrageous. you know.
This is why I've always said, I've always used this rule in my personal life.
Mm-hmm.
Never let a woman walk away mad.
Right.
Do whatever it takes to get her in an okay space.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Whether it's saying nice things, whether it's apologizing for things you probably don't want to apologize for.
Right,
Maybe give her some money, more than she asked for.
If y'all that deep in the relationship.
If that's where it's at.
If y'all that deep in the relationship. Yeah.
But don't
that's
let her walk away.
Advice.
Don't let her walk away mad, because she will stay mad.
Right.
And she might even get madder as time goes on.
Right.
You don't want that. You don't want that in the world.
Yeah, I mean, shit. We all leave a few of them mad,
Yeah,
though, if
but
it get like that.
I've always tried to
by
soften
choice. Now that you know, it's good advice to give to impart upon those who might listen that might not understand that. But what you're saying is actual facts.
Listen, the best advice that everyone's going to resonate with this right now is the Tupac situation with Ayanna Jackson, the rape accuser.
Right.
I had a talk with Man, who was the co-defendant in that case. He was Pac's road manager. He was there in the hotel room. He was there in the hotel room when all this was happening. So the story is Pac messed with this girl. She came over. They had already messed around a couple times. He left the room and his homies came in and messed with her. Right. His story was that she was with it. Her story was she wasn't with it. Regardless of who told the story, Pac went out and fell asleep on the couch. She came out, woke him up. Your friends raped me. Blah, blah. This is all your fault. Whatever.
Yeah.
Pac chose to say, get this bitch out my face, and proceeded to let his friends take her outside and let her go. And she went straight to the cops, and they all got arrested. I asked Man if at that moment Pac had taken her into the other room, apologized, taken her shopping, smoothed it over, would none of this have happened? He said, absolutely.
I can believe
absolutely.
That. I can believe that.
Pac could have calmed her down. She was a fan. It could have been smoothed over. She wouldn't have went to the cops. He wouldn't have went to prison. He wouldn't have signed a death row, and he'd probably still be alive.
Perhaps.
Who knows?
There's a lot of perhaps in those.
But he would not have gone to prison for rape. So he probably would have just stayed on Interscope. Suge didn't have to, get him out of jail, whatever else. I'm just saying, you never know. He may have gone to death row anyways.
It would have been wiser to apologize at that point. You know what I mean? But I mean, being woke up out your sleep, you kind of used to this lifestyle where, you running through shit. If he said she said she was down. If she was down, then that changes the dynamic. If she actually wasn't down, then that definitely changed the dynamic.
Yeah.
So I don't even know if apology would have sufficed at that point.
He could have put...
It could have definitely been worth the attempt.
Yes. To get her from going to the... Because here's the thing. She was downstairs all messed up. And suddenly the police, the lobby was like, what's going on? And she told them. They called the police. The police arrived. And they just went upstairs and arrested everybody.
Right.
That's the chain of events.
Right.
And then she cooperated. And that was that.
Yeah, that's usually it. The state could take the case after that.
Guilty.
Right.
Off to jail.
Right.